Hello, guys. Good day. This is Anna of Reinforcement Club. Today, we are going to talk about habit hacking in a deeper level to transform your life. So, have you ever wondered why you do certain things automatically, like brushing your teeth every morning or before you go to bed, or checking your phone as soon as you wake up? In this episode today, we'll explore the fascinating concept of habits and how they influence our daily lives. Now, we have spoke about the so-called habit loop in our previous episode, particularly episode 52. And today we are going to bring that up for us to understand more about our habits. Now, habit loop is like a cycle that our brain go through whenever we do something out of habit. It is a powerful tool for us because it helps us understand why we do the things we do and how we can change it if we want to. So there are four stages of habit loop. Number one is cue. The second one is craving. The third one is response. And lastly, reward. That's the fourth one. So speaking about cue is like a signal that tells your brain that it's time to do something. It's like an alarm clock that goes off inside your head whenever it could be environmental cue or emotional cue. So let's take this for example. I've been living in Europe for like more than 4 years and counting now. And I do my best to go home in the Philippines every year. I tell you about the queue. Every time I step down from the airplane to the airport in the Philippine vicinity, that's the queue. When I step down, walking around the airport, I immediately look for Jollibee Chicken Joy with rice and Jollibee burger. And the next thing that I'm gonna look for is halo halo, halo halo chowking or mang inasal halo halo, or any respective restaurant who sells halo halo. I immediately look for that. Basically, if I have, when I arrive in the Philippines, I have to wait for 1 or 2 hours for my family to pick me up. I go to Jollibee. So that's the cue. Whenever I step down, because it only happens every year, I step down from plane to the airport, Philippine airport, I look for Jollibee and eat a crispy, spicy chicken joy, Filipino taste with rice and Jollibee burger. So that is my craving. I crave for Filipino food, Filipino brand, because Jollibee has been part of my life since I was a kid. We go to Jollibee, we eat this chicken joy, and I grow up in the Philippines, so that's part of me. Whenever I visit my native land, I look for that. It's natural. So my cue is once again whenever I step down from plane to the airport, and then I go to Jollibee. That is my craving. Filipino foods, particularly those foods that I'm crazy about when I was a kid. That up to now I'm still crazy about it. And my response to that, the third stage of habit loop is to look for Jollibee fast food anywhere in the airport, as well as Chowking. They don't have Mang Inasal yet in the airport. Yeah, Manila Airport. But of course, I'm still gonna look for that for halo halo. If there is, if there is any Mang Inasal, I will go to Mang Inasal. I prefer Mang Inasal halo halo. I know I'm promoting, but yeah, that's a Filipino brand. And then this my response. And then when I eat those Filipino food, and it fills me in like never been before. It only happens once a year. It's tasty, delicious Filipino taste, Filipino foods. That's my reward. I'm already happy. That's first part of my happiness in the airport alone, Philippine airport. Now we have spoke about these four stages in that entire experience. Now, speaking about the craving, craving is the anticipation. It is the feeling you get when you want something, like when you crave for a Filipino food by the time you arrive in the Philippine airport. It's like a voice inside your head saying, I really want that. Now. ASAP, please. So it's just like voice inside your head. It's like an automatic action that you really have to look for that. And as a result, I look for, Jollibee and Chowking in the airport. And of course, I'm already familiarized with the Manila airport, so I know where I go. And the third stage, response. Yeah. Response is what you actually do, you know, to really to act on your cue and craving. So yeah, immediately I buy some fried chicken, crispy chicken, Jollibee crispy chicken, and then ate them. That's my response. And the reward, this is a good feeling after you've done the response. It's like a little prize in your brain which ignites the dopamine and giving you a good feeling for doing what you wanted. So since that entire process fills me in, it's easy, it's attractive, it's fulfilling. Most probably, the next time around I go back to Philippines, I would be happy to do it over and over again, regardless of whoever I'm with my spouse, with my loved ones. I would still do the same because I love it. Nobody can stop me unless if it's emergency or end of the world. I would be happy. I would love to do it. So the same with everybody. So another example is, this is based on my own reference, and you also have yours too. So whenever I wake up in the morning, I have a piece of paper which I tell myself, like gratitude and affirmation. And I do that. I give 1 to 2 minutes to read that with a pointing finger at, I am enough. This is just for example. I am rich. So those are some of my affirmations and things to be thankful for every morning. And with my workout routine, sometimes there are some habits or some things to do I want to install in my activities of daily living, like making contents, uh, honing my skills and making videos. So I want to give 2 to 3 hours for that. And sometimes it mess up with my workout routine. So I tried, working out after my affirmation, my gratitude moment, which is 1 to 2 minutes by the time I get up from bed. So I tried to work out. After my rituals in the morning, I work out for 1 hour or 1 hour and 20 minutes, 1 hour and 15 minutes. And sometimes, it actually mess up with my brain that I don't know which part of the day I must feel my workout time. But it's important for me not to miss the workout. It could be the start of the day or end of the day around 4 or 5 p.m. in the afternoon. So I have to do that because that's, it makes me feel complete whenever I work out. It's not every day. I work out 3 to 4 times a week in my day off only. But my best part is whether, I have to do the content creation, just like what I'm doing right now, and delivering this message to you, making videos and contents. That's a must. Workout, I can be flexy with that, but it's still a must for me. So the thing is, every time I get up in the morning doing my rituals, affirmation, and gratitude, I immediately go to, my little gym downstairs, work out, or I start making contents. I start honing my skills in video creation for 2 to 3 hours. So those are my routines. So yeah, the cue is whenever I get up, the next thing to do is whenever I get up, I do my affirmation, my gratitude moment, 1 to 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So that's the cue. And the response is, whenever I get up, it's important for me to feel grateful about the day, about my new life, and that makes me happy. That makes me grateful about the day. It's a good feeling to be thankful whenever you wake up. give thanks to the Lord or give thanks to the universe, to the planet Earth, that you still have a life. And not everybody has the opportunity to do this. So be thankful every day. So for me, that's for me. And then my response every time I do gratitude moments every morning after I get up, yeah, I feel good. And then that's the reward, the feeling of being grateful today. And I head off to my next habit. So that is the the phase of being thankful about the day. And yeah, and also when I'm working, I I read 20 to 30 minutes before sleep. Regardless of the time, I want to be on bed already by 10 o'clock in the evening, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Yeah, maximum is 11 o'clock in the evening. So before that, I have to, or I must read for 20 to 30 minutes before going to bed. Otherwise, it feels like my day wouldn't be complete. So the trigger is whenever before I sleep, I get changed and then I clean up myself. And whenever I sit down on the desk in my bedroom, that's the cue. And then response is to grab the book and then read, feed myself a little bit of knowledge before I go to bed. And then that was my response, the action itself. And then the reward is, yeah, I think I'm okay now. I can finally go to sleep. So understanding the habit loop helps us see how our habits work. And once we know the habit loop, we can figure out how to change the habits that we want to change. All right, maybe we want to eat a healthier snacks or food the next time around, so we could use our knowledge about the habit loop and changing it, interrupting those cues of the bad habits that we have. So it's helpful. It knowing the habit loop empowers us to really know ourselves more and help us change, to be in control, to change the habit which doesn't benefit us at all. Since we've already spoke about the 4 stages of habit loop, we are going to bring about the 2 strategies on how to start a new habit. Number 1 is habit stacking. Habit stacking involves pairing a new habit you want to adapt with an existing habit that you already have. By linking the new habit to a specific cue or routine, you leverage the momentum of an established behavior to make a new habit easier to implement. So let's take the previous example that we have. Beforehand, I don't really know what to do whenever I wake up in the morning. And since I want to have a good vibe before working, before I face the day, I have decided to be thankful, to give myself a warm up before I start my day. And part of that warm up is the affirmation and the gratitude moment, which only happens 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes. If I mixed up with, staring at the ceiling, thinking about what I'm going to do, but with my day that I have, so 5 minutes maximum. So the cue is getting up on bed. And then I start doing my gratitude moment, reading my affirmations, things that I want, that I want to be 5 years from now, which takes a lot of work. That happens every day to 5 years from now. So I remind myself what I want, who I want to be every day without fail, before I go to sleep at night and whenever I wake up in the morning. So that's what I do. I got a list there in the other room. So I do that before I hit the day. Hit it. So yeah, and I pair it with either working out, which is also hard. I do work out even if I don't like it. I don't really like to work out, but it makes me complete and it benefits me in the long run. So I still want to work out even though I don't like it. So every time, whenever I'm finished with my gratitude phase of the day, I immediately go down to my little gym downstairs to work out. Or I pair it with the, going to my mini office here doing video creation or content creation, anything I want that is useful for 2 to 3 hours. So those are hard habits for me, hard things to do, content creation and working out. But since my ritual phase, whenever I get up, which happens after I get up on bed, is easy, and there's easy peasy. There's not much of effort being thankful whenever you wake up in the morning. Not much. You just have to be thankful. Top 10 things you want to be thankful about, and the things that you want a couple of months from now, years from now, just reminding yourself, updating yourself that this is what we want. This is what we are where we are heading to in time. You just have to read it, and there's not much of an effort to be put in there. But working out and content creation is hard for me. So I just pair it with with my gratitude habit. That every time, and that after I finish my gratitude habit, I just hit the gym, or I start my work, my content creation. Sorry, content creation job, or habits. It's not a hobbies for me, content creation. It's a habit because I love it. I love doing it without hesitation. It's just that you're not 100% every day. So it has to be paired with something easy. So that's, to me, that is habit stacking. Or another thing is that Filipinos love eating rice. That's a habit already. It's already like an engraved habit in our brain. Not all Filipinos do eat rice, though. I wouldn't generalize it, but majority. So once we have rice, there's already habit eating rice. We pair it with our native delicacies, or we pair it with anything that we love. Could be any dishes, fine, with rice. So pairing it with something else, chicken joy with rice, or hot dog with rice, hot dog and egg with rice, crispy pata with rice, all with rice, or crabs, stew crabs with rice. It's hard to eat the crab though, big crabs. So with rice, it's easy. Everything gets easy with rice. So we just pair it. So that's habit stacking. The next strategy for starting a new habit is what we call implementation intentions. So implementation intentions are specific plans or statements that detail when, where, and how you will perform a desired behavior. So this helps bridge the gap between intention and action by creating a clear roadmap for behavior change. For example, you want to be a reader. You want to implement a reading habit in your life every day. So you've decided to read 30 minutes before going to sleep in your bedroom every day. So this is what you're going to tell yourself. I am going to read for 30 minutes before going to sleep in my bedroom every day. That's it. Another example is, you've never done a workout in your entire life, and you've decided to spare time for exercise to give yourself a heads up for being, you just want to be good to yourself. You've decided to exercise, which is you want the kind of exercise which is less challenging. So you decided to just walk for 30 minutes in the park after work. So this is what you're going to tell yourself. I will go for a 30-minute walk in the park every day after work. So there you go. It answers when, where, and how you will perform that new habit. Now, having these two strategies, habit stacking and implementation intentions, this will help you increase the likelihood of following through on your desired behavior by providing a concrete plan of action. This will also, these two strategies will help you overcome potential obstacles, and it will make it easier for you to intentionally start a new habit and be consistent on it. So especially this habit stacking, though, it eliminates the need for you to rely on your willpower or motivation to initiate a new habit, because you're already there. You're already in the act of doing something. You just have to start. You just push yourself a little bit to start the new one. Like when you wake up in the morning, after your routine, gratitude routine, gratitude phase in the morning, you just simply push yourself a little bit, drag yourself to your little gym and then start working out. It could be 40, 60 days, and then it's going to be automatic for the rest of your life if you decide to be consistent and obedient to that new habit that you have. So that's it for today, guys. This is Anne of Reinforce Me Club. I hope you like the content topic today. And I am in YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, Reinforce Me Club. And if you like this content, you can share it to your family and friends. Thank you so much once again. Have a lovely day.